Police corruption is a major problem in the United States. Some police officers turn bad to make money by ripping off drug dealers and even dealing drugs themselves. Some try and cover up their own acts of brutality, murder, and even torture. Police corruption happens in New York, Los Angeles, New Orleans, and every major U.S. city, and is conducted by officers of all races, creeds, and colors. So in this video, we are going to tell you about the top 5 corrupt police officers got jail for lifetime. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Number 5. Daniel Holtzclaw. In 2016, Daniel Holtzclaw became a poster child for racism, sexism, and abuse of power when he was found guilty of sexually assaulting 8 at-risk black women while on duty as an Oklahoma City police officer. Publicly disavowed by the police and protested against by Black Lives Matter, these interest groups, which historically butted heads, found a common enemy in Holtzclaw and called for the full crushing force of the government to come down upon him. And it did. Holtzclaw was sentenced to 263 years in prison. On Thursday night, Holtzclaw's verdict had the highest visibility on Twitter, where local activists had labored to keep the trial in the public eye. One of them, Grace Franklin, appeared beside the women on Friday morning. Crump praised Franklin and her group, OKC Artists for Justice, for helping to tell America about the biggest rape case that none of them had heard about. There has to be a conversation about sexual assault, about rape, and about the specific care that black women and women of color need when these situations happen, Franklin said. There is a tendency not to believe black women. There is a tendency not to value black women the way other women are valued. Number 4. Michael Sipple. The Rochester Police Department has fired former officer Michael Sipple after his misdemeanor assault conviction last month, the department announced Wednesday. Sipple was convicted of third-degree assault, a misdemeanor, on May 28 by Rochester City Court Judge Thomas Rainbow Morse. He was terminated effective immediately after the conviction, the department said. According to state law, Sipple cannot be employed by the department after his misdemeanor conviction because it constitutes a crime involving a violation of the oath of office, the department said. Sipple opted for a bench trial in which a judge, not a jury, determined Sipple's fate following the May 2018 incident. Sipple is scheduled to be sentenced at 2 p.m. on July 25. He faces a sentence of up to a year in jail. Interim Police Chief Lauren Singletary said his officers do a tremendous job in serving the city. In a previous press conference, Singletary said he remains committed to transparency. Number 3. Luis Eppolito and Stephen Caracappa. Luis Eppolito and Stephen Caracappa worked for the NYPD, but in reality, they worked for the mafia. Caracappa was a member of the Organized Crime Homicide Unit investigating the very people he was working for. The two former partners were taking orders for the Lucchese crime family and served as hitmen as well as moles in the NYPD. In 2006, Eppolito and Caracappa were convicted of racketeering, obstruction of justice, extortion, and 8 counts of murder and conspiracy. Number 2. Eric Valconaire. Valconaire is the first Kansas City law enforcement officer to be convicted for the fatal shooting of a black man. Following the conviction, the department suspended Valconaire without pay. A Jackson County judge found Kansas City Police Detective Eric Valconaire guilty of involuntary manslaughter and armed criminal action in the fatal shooting of 26-year-old Cameron Lamb, a black man. What we saw in this case was a just outcome, and that's where we stand today, Jackson County Prosecutor Jean Peters Baker told reporters shortly after the verdict was rendered by Presiding Judge J. Dale Youngs. Donna Drake, a spokeswoman for the Kansas City Police Department, said in an email that the department acknowledged the court's decision. Every officer-involved shooting is difficult not only for the members in the community, but also the members of the police department, she said. The department said that Valconaire had been suspended pending termination as a result of his conviction. Number 1. David Mack and Rafael Perez. David Mack and Rafael Perez worked together for the LAPD Rampart Division, but also worked for Death Row Records and were members of the Bloods gang. Mack would receive the LAPD Medal of Honor for killing a drug dealer who allegedly pulled a gun on him. But he would also later be convicted of robbing a bank and be implicated in the murder of rapper Notorious Big. Perez shot and framed an unarmed gang member during his tenure and stole 8 pounds of cocaine from an LAPD evidence locker. Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.